So I'm 7 weeks out from the Canadian Nationals. Today I wanted to take a minute to talk about my diet and training. So I train 5 days a week like I always do, and currently I'm doing cardio 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, morning fasted. And for that I usually do 2 days a week of either spinning or Stairmaster, and then 2 days a week of 20 minutes of Stairmaster and then 20 minutes of plyometric circuit training. I love plyos. They really help lean me out, especially in my lower half. So, and then I usually increase it to 3 days a week, but not right now. More importantly, I wanted to talk about my diet. I usually do my training and my diet myself, but I get the help of Rob Graham, who is a really good friend of mine, and he's been with me through every show. So I always have him watch my body, especially the final month. I think it's important to get an outside opinion of how you're looking, because your perception of yourself can become really distorted near the final weeks, and you want to make sure you condition in right. So, but I just started working with a holistic nutritionist, and I went to him regarding some digestive issues, and I've always sort of had problems, but over the past 2 years they've really progressed. And for my last prep for Provincials over this past spring, I had a really hard time. And my body is not responding the way it used to be. I'm really worn down. I'm not feeling exactly right. And for Provincials, I killed myself to get conditioned. And I especially having problems in my midsection. And by the end of it, I was so tired and exhausted, and I felt like shit. So I do not want to go through that again. And even though I did well, I got the overall figure, which is exactly what I wanted, but because of the way I was feeling by the end of it, I honestly just wanted it over with. And I was, didn't appreciate that moment that I had, and I did not want to have that feeling again. So I'm going into nationals, and I'm only a couple months out from that, so I'm trying to figure out some issues. And I know I've had some food intolerances, and diet is most likely the issue here. Dairy and gluten are a problem for me, so I try to keep them out of my diet. They're definitely not in my diet for a competition diet, leaning down. But he's also taking out some of the top food intolerances, which are gluten, dairy, soy and corn products are a lot of additives and things, and also eggs and egg whites. Egg whites are usually a big staple in a competition diet, so that could be a big issue. So we're taking out all the top food intolerances, and it's only been a couple days since I've been, on this new meal plan, and I'm actually noticing a difference already, and I feel great, and I have energy right up until I go to bed, even with the cardio and training that I'm doing, which I usually feel pretty exhausted by the end of the day. So I'm so happy about this, and I'm really hoping that this will solve a lot of issues. Luckily I've been on stage twice in the past 3 weeks, so I'm conditioned, and I have a little time to play with my diet and tweak some things to try to figure something out here. And then in about 4 weeks out, I'll probably really adjust it and make it more competition based in order to really lean down for that final month. So yeah, so what we're doing is I took out all of my complex carbs. I have a little bit of fruit in right now, but that's the only carb source other than vegetables. And I have various meats. So I have steak, chicken, fish, and there's a local turkey farmer here in Ottawa where I can get pure turkey breast that's ground. It's organic, hormone free. So I get to make burgers. So I have that. And a lot of seeds, nuts, and oils. So it's a keto-based diet, really high in fat, and fat is great for fat loss as long as you're eating the right kind of fats and not too excessively. So that's what's going on there. I've also been doing a lot of reading and research about women's hormones and how they work and how they come into play with fat loss as well. And the endocrine system is really what regulates so many different things in your body, and I think it's important to understand how your body works and why it's doing certain things, especially for females. We have those extra hormones that really go against us for fat loss and muscle building. So I'm such a knowledge junkie and I'm so science-based, and I like to know, when I'm doing something, what the outcome should be, and why I'm doing it, and the little processes in between there. So I don't just like to wing things. I like to know why I'm doing something. So I've been educating myself a lot. My longevity in this sport is really important to me, and more importantly is my health and overall well-being in that process. Because even if I'm doing well, if I'm doing reputable damage to my body in the long run, what's the importance of all my accomplishments then? So yeah, just trying some new things, and it's working really well. I'm also going to be taking out all of my protein powder, even though I'm using isolate, but it is a whey base, so there is that dairy component of it. So I'm gonna go strictly all foods, and I've also put in a bunch of more supplements to help with digestion and to rebuild my digestive tract. So we'll have to see how that goes over the next couple weeks. This week coming, I have a photo shoot with Gord Weber for Inside Fitness Magazine, so getting ready for that and pretty excited. I'll see you next week.